What's up? Just chilling. Woo!
Oh, we're at a whole park, by the way.
Hold
This is
your
where the video was at.
Potty.
Can't tell you where we're at.
Can't drop it low.
Don't want to get ambushed, but we got two tennis courts over there, two over here. They have a seesaw in this park.
What's up, Austin Bot? It's Angel and Jonathan.
Bro, no, we're not doing it.
Bro, we're doing it, bro.
Nah, this is fire. But I mean, I don't think we do an intro like this. This is just real.
What's up, Austin Bot? It's Angel and Jonathan. I'm gonna bring y'all first video of the year.
Yeah, but now we're just.
Very nice, bro.
Well,
God bless y'all.
God bless. Maybe episode number 2 or intro. Who knows? Toma.
Que la que hay, hasta podcast.
Podcast. This is episode don't know what, but it's episode number 1 of 2026.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. We're Jonathan, Angel, Auto Podcast.
Here, activo en la parque. Alright, so today we're going to be reading out of Luke 5, verse 8 through 10. So a little bit about it is Peter, he was fishing all day with his homies and they weren't catching anything. They went through all of the river sea and they weren't catching no fish. So right here, when Simon realized, and then Jesus told him to cast his net on the other side, and they caught a lot of fish. And then right here, Peter says, when Simon Peter realized what had happened, he fell to his knees before Jesus and said, "Oh Lord, please leave me. I'm such a sinful man." For he was awestruck by the number of fish they had caught, as were the others with him. His partner James and John, sons of Zebedee, were also amazed. Jesus replied to Simon, "Don't be afraid. From now on, you'll be fishing for people." And this goes into the title, which is Why Me? I know for a long time, especially like when I grew up and stuff like that, I would always question God. When I found out that God had a call over my life, and that God has called us, as believers to be the hands and feet, when I realized that, I always had the question, why? Why me? Why someone like me? Why such a sinful person like me? I just didn't feel worthy enough. So I feel like in this context, I think Peter had the right humility about Jesus, but the wrong understanding. And when Jesus reveals himself to us in our life, it's not to bring us shame, but it's to understand his position, and I think that's what it was for me as well. I think it's okay to know that you're a sinner, but don't let your sin bring you shame. Don't let who God reveals himself to you as, bring I'm not worthy to be used by God. You know what I'm saying?
And I had a point on that when I was studying about when we came up with the topic, why me? One of my points was when a lot of people feel like they get their calling, or they understand the purpose, which our purpose is to spread the gospel to all nations, is you start to evaluate yourself maybe too much. Mm-hmm. You're like, oh, I'm a sinful person. Oh, I'm this, I'm that. I'm not capable of this. But it's and you gotta attack it from the perspective of, it's not about who I am as a person. Yeah. It's not about necessarily who I am right now, but it's about who God is, mm-hmm. and his capabilities and his abilities and his nature. Because his nature is not sinful. His nature is not fearful. His nature is not timid. His is powerful, mm-hmm. loving, comforting, all these things. So Peter responded to God I'm such a sinful person. Yeah. He examined himself first before he was God was able to do this through me.
And that's the thing. So your doubt and everything like that, it'll create like a silence. It'll create an unworthiness. Yeah. but your trust in the Lord creates a confusion to the enemy. I think Peter didn't know in that time that that was Jesus's job, right? As like believers and stuff like that, we have to understand that Christ comes to us not to just belittle us, but to understand that only through Him we can have transformation. Only through Him that we could be set free. So when we look at Christ and when we look at knowing that, man, we're called by Him, we shouldn't always ask the question like, why me? But we should ask, man, like, Lord, here I am. Whatever you want to do with me, I'm all for it. And I think that kind of goes into what you were saying, is like looking at how good we are. That's why I said he had the right understanding, he had the right humility, but he didn't have the understanding to know that Jesus had to go to him in order for him to be set free
and he also had to accept what he had to say, because when Jesus approached him, Peter had told him, we haven't caught fish all day. And Jesus saw that. Jesus saw that they had been fishing, they ain't caught no fish. Very little fish. And that's their job, and they're doing it again and again. But when they got that revelation, or when Jesus came to them when he called out to them, they accepted it. Like, hey, he is telling us to throw it to the other side.
They didn't have no other option.
So it was like you said, he had that humility. Like, they might have not had that understanding of why would we cast to this side, we've been here all day. But they humbled themselves and they understood this is what the Lord has to say. And they did it. And when they did obey the Lord, when they did have that humility of not leaning on their own understanding, on their doubts, because you would have doubts too. If you was there all day and someone's like, bro, just cast it this way. You'd be like, bro, I've been here all day.
And that's why the trust confuses the enemy.
The trust confuses the enemy, because it's like, I've been putting doubt in the guy all day. Why is he just putting his trust in this? But when they did, casted it, they got the fish.
And I think especially like as a young kid, I think, because I was like very hard on myself, like I had like expectations and things like that. But it was just like so hard on me. Like I had to be a certain way. Like I just didn't feel worthy. I didn't feel fit for the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's what the enemy wants you to believe. Because if he can get you to focus on your sin, he'll make you forget God's love. And that keeps us in that shame. That keeps us silent as believers. And it doesn't allow us to grow into who God has called us to be, because the way we see ourselves matters more than how God sees us.
And it just comes to me now, it's like, when you're a believer, you are claiming a lot of things. You're claiming that there is a God up there that's all powerful. So if you can claim that, you shouldn't. This is me being, I guess you could say, blunt almost. If you claim that you believe in an all powerful God, when you get a call from him, why would you die? So it's like, if you turn to Exodus 3. This is Moses, and this is God coming to him through the burning bush. I'm not sure if y'all heard that story, but Moses was in the wilderness, or he was on a walking area, and there was a burning bush, and the burning bush called out to him. And this is pretty much the rest of the story. You put in a lot of pain in the Bible, huh? Hours. Okay, 3. Next one. 3. I'm gonna start at 3:4. No, I'm gonna start at 3:2. Exodus chapter 3, verse 2. There an angel of the Lord appeared to him in a blazing fire from the middle of a bush. Moses stared in amazement. Though the bush was engulfed in flames, it did not burn up. This is amazing. Moses said to himself, why isn't that bush burning up? I must go see it. When the Lord saw Moses coming to take a closer look, God called to him from the middle of the bush, Moses, Moses. Here I am, Moses replied. Do not come any closer. The Lord, the Lord, the Lord warned him. Take off your sandals, for you are standing on holy ground. For I, the God of your father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob. When Moses heard this, he covered his face because he was afraid to look at God. Then the Lord told him, I have certainly seen the oppression of my people in Egypt. I have heard the cries of the distress because of their harsh slave drivers. Yes, I am aware of their suffering, so I have come down to rescue them from the power of the Egyptians and lead them out of Egypt into their own fertile, spacious land. This land, it is a land flowing with milk and honey. The land where the Canaanites, Hittites, Amorites, Presentites, Hivites, and the Jebusites now live. Look, the cry of the people of Israel has reached me, and I have seen how harshly the Egyptians abuse them. Now go, for I'm sending you to Pharaoh. You must lead my people out of Israel. Okay, Egypt. So that's of Egypt, yeah. So that's God talking to Moses. And this is how Moses responded. So the reason this relates to the story is because we're talking about why me. So, but Moses protested to God, who am I to appear before Pharaoh? Who am I to lead the people of Israel out of Egypt? Then God answered, I will be with you. And this is your sign that I am the one who has sent you. When you have brought the people out of Egypt, you will worship God at this very mountain. So that's what I wanted to get to. So God called Moses. He called him to lead his people out of Egypt. And he called him to go to the Pharaoh, which is like the top of the line. He called him to talk to the king, the Pharaoh, their leader, their pretty much the guy that was holding them into that slavery. And Moses' first response was, who am I? Like, who am I? So that's what we're talking about today. It's like, why me? It's like, I'm a sinful person, or I have done this, or I am fearful. But God, and when God answered his question to who am I, he almost didn't even uplift Moses. He didn't say, bro, not that this is not good, but he didn't like sugarcoat Moses or like put on like, bro, like you're so strong, you're so good. His thing was, I am with you. When Pharaoh asks you why you're doing this, tell him because God sent you to do this. Mm-hmm. So how I brought up earlier is like when God calls you, it's not for you.
Yeah. That's what I actually have there.
Yeah, it's for God's glory to be shown through you.
Yeah.
So it's all these things that, and I would say like maybe that's why he might call someone that doesn't feel like they should be called.
Yeah.
Because when the time comes,
the humility to know that it's only for God.
And when the time comes and someone asks them, how are you able to do this?
Only God.
Only God.
Yeah.
So, and that's one of those stories that, church or not, I feel like everyone knows, oh, that's Moses.
Yeah.
Like, that's the biblical name. Right? So it's like, these figures in the Bible, oh, and Moses did lead these people out of slavery. That's how the story, that's how it goes. So it's like, that was someone who had that doubt. That's someone who's like, who am I? Why are you picking me? How can I go to Pharaoh? Who do I tell him sent me? And God calmly said, tell him the I am. Yeah. So that, and I'm not necessarily sure what you had said that brought me to that point, but I do have a question on it. Oh, I put don't question who you are or your individual capabilities. It's not about who you are and more about who God is. Mm-hmm. When we are weak, this is another verse, I'm not sure where it came from, but when we are weak.
2 Corinthians 12:9. My grace is sufficient for you. My power is made perfect in weakness.
When we are weak, he is strong. What does it say? My power is made perfect in weakness.
In weakness. And that's where I had this question. It's like, man, because, bro, when I tell you I was deep into like how I've seen myself, how I thought others seen me, how I, felt, it was like man, how good do I have to be used by God?
Yeah.
Like, that's a question that I have, like, for other people. Because now it's like I do it with joy. I take joy in it because I think I changed the focus.
Yeah.
But it's like, man, don't be so hard on yourself, because there's not an amount of good that you can be to serve God.
Yeah.
It's not, and that's why I had wrote, it's not about me. It's not about what we can do. What God wants to do in our life is to bless us, but it's not to take credit for.
Yeah.
And I think that's where God brings us out of that darkness and uses us in our incapabilities. Because Moses had a stuttering problem. Moses had a problem with speaking,
speech.
but God uses those people to show how good his power is. So as believers, we need to, and I say this all the time, when we change the way we see God, it'll change the way we see our circumstance. So now when we are called by God and God wants us to use us in certain places, we have the ability to do that because the focus is not on us.
Yeah.
The focus is now on God and his ability to use us, and it takes pressure off of us. Like, it gives us the ability to be free because, man, I'm not here to boast about myself because I'm wicked. I'm here to boast about God because he's good and I know what he can do. I'm not here for me, because if we were here for me, bro, we'd all be down for destruction. There's nothing good that I could say about myself. So just like the Bible says, the only thing we have to boast about is the cross, Jesus Christ. And that's what the altar pod is for. It's just bringing hope, giving people the ability to be the light without shame, and understanding that, man, this doubt can keep you so far into sin that it will stop you from doing what God has called you to do, and God knew what he was getting into when he called you. He knew that you were struggling with that sin. He knew that you were struggling with that girl, that boyfriend, that relationship, smoking weed, whatever it is, struggle that he knows that you're struggling, but he does not look at you for what you do. He looks at you for who you are. You're created
and what you're
in
gonna do.
Exactly. Yeah. You're created in his image. He created you with purpose, but your purpose is not found outside of God. It's found in him when you worship him. It's found in him when you live a life that honors and glorifies him. And outside of that is when we find wickedness. But in him we find hope.
Yeah. All right, we had a technical difficulty, and a shot on iPhone is going to go on screen like the commercials. But yes, iPhone. But 2 more points. And
28-19.
Yeah, my first one comes from 28:19 with Anthony Mitchell. If you didn't know, now you know. 28:19 is a Bible verse.
It's biblical.
Yeah.
Not just a play.
It's not just a number.
That's fire though. I like how you did it. It's branding the Bible.
It is. And that's fire. And I feel like maybe more people don't know than people are thinking. That is a Bible verse.
Yeah.
It's a Bible verse. All right. Matthew 28:19.
Hold up. Just being sun-kissed.
Bible verse, and it's actually short and sweet. I think I'm gonna do 28:19 and 28:20. I feel like you gotta say 28:19:20.
28-19-20.
No, 28:19, 28:20.
Dude, can you just read the verse?
Bro, I wish I could.
You got my be like this.
All right, 28:19. Therefore, go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. Teach these new disciples to obey all commands I have given you, and be sure of this: I am always with you, even to the end of the age.
Amen.
So 2 things that I want to bring up. Secondly, I am always with you. We've heard it before. Moses, Exodus, we just read that. It confirms it. He is always with us, even in these great tasks that he's asking you to do. Moses, lead all the people out of Israel. Egypt?
Egypt, not Israel.
Yeah, lead them out of lead them all out of Egypt. And go talk to the Pharaoh and tell him that your boy's not you, the great I am.
The great I am.
And here he's telling us that our purpose is our calling, like how Moses had a calling, is ours, to make disciples of all nations. Another huge task. All nations. America's not the only place on earth. Lee County, Florida, no, all nations.
Yeah.
But he also follows it up with the same thing he told them. I am always with you. So it's not our strength. When we get the call, why me? Not why me, it's who's with me.
Ooh,
I am always
that's good.
good.
That's
Anyways,
good.
bro.
It's not why me. It's guess who's with me. That's good.
Yeah. Write that down, probably, guys.
Write that down. Write that
Anyways,
down.
but the reason I also brought this up was not for just that part. Was when you read it to understand what the task is and how great it is. That's a huge task, and I wanted to bring up that me, like the title, why me? It's individual, me, but it's not just for Jonathan. It's not just for Angel. We're all believers, or we all have this purpose.
Mhm.
So it's you're not alone. Also in that calling.
Yeah.
We're believers, all are calling. And two was like I have it here. Is
Where you were talking about reaching nations.
yes, reaching nations. It's God is calling all of us, but the people that accept the call, He is looking for vessels, us, to reach the souls that are like we're the guiding hand of His work, and that's the call. He's the one that does the work.
Yeah.
We're the ones that are His hand.
Yeah.
We're like He's given us a purpose. He's doing the heavy lifting. Just He wants us to lend a hand.
Yeah.
Like you brought up earlier, it might not be about what we're incapable of, as long as we're willing to submit.
To submit. That's what God is looking for. He's
Yeah.
looking for people, man. And the thing is, we know what God is calling us to do.
Yeah.
Now it's up to us. Are we gonna reject or accept this call? Am I gonna be willing to say yes to Christ or deny what He's called me to do because of the way I see myself?
Yeah.
You know?
And another thing about the way you see yourself is God's not going to call you to something He knows you can't do.
Mm-hmm.
Our God is all-knowing. He is all-powerful. He's not going to go out on a whim and be like, you know what, Jonathan, I'm going to have you go to China and talk to them in Mandarin. That's like,
Shoot, he could.
good. a lot of learning of a language I don't know, which is my point. Most likely, God will not call me to speak to someone in a language I don't know.
Yeah.
Could He make it happen? Definitely.
Yeah.
But my point in saying that is we all have how I think you brought up earlier or another video or we were talking amongst ourselves was like you worded it great. It was like we're all called to somebody, something like that. Like we don't have the same.
Oh, okay, yeah. But that goes into talent.
Yes,
So,
but can you say how you said it? You don't remember, bro? It was a heater.
It was.
Oh, we all have a calling, but we're not all called to the same people. Was something like that?
So we're all called, but we're all called to reach different people.
Yes.
Like there's gonna be people that you can reach
Yes.
that I can't reach. But we've all been through different things to be able to
Yeah.
testify of God's goodness.
Yeah.
So it's like now, because of what I went through, because of the purification process, the fire, I'm molded now into who God has called me to be to reach a certain type
And I
of
would even
people.
say that's why me.
Yeah.
Why me? Because I've been trained up in this way.
Exactly.
That's why you're called to this.
Amen.
And that brings me to the parable of the talent. I'm going to summarize it first, and then I'm going to pick out the verses. So the parable of the talents was pretty much Jesus saying,
It was 3 different people.
yes, the 3 different people, but he used this parable to show us how the kingdom of heaven operates.
Yeah.
So, of course, God's the king of the kingdom, and this is how he operates. So, there was 3 servants, 1 master, and he gave 1 servant 5 pieces of gold, or 5 pieces of silver. He gave another servant 2 pieces of silver. Then he gave the last servant 1. The first servant took his 5.
Oh, by the way, he gave them these talents
yeah.
based off their ability.
Yes, that's actually the one, since I'm summarizing, but I said I'll give you a verse. Okay, it says, and 1 bag of silver to the last, dividing in portions to their abilities. So after it says what he divided out, it ends it off with he divided, like he came up with how I'm gonna give who what based on their abilities. So the first one got 5 based on his abilities. The second one got 2 based on his abilities, and the last one got 1 based on his abilities. The first guy that got 5 invested, and in return he doubled his thing. He doubled his bags of silver and got 5 more. The second guy went to work and earned 2 more. So he didn't invest it. He just worked until he was able to get double back. He worked until he was able to get 2 more bags of silver. But the last guy took his gold or silver and he buried it. He dug it and hid it because he wasn't really worried on profiting from it or maybe doing something better for the master. It was more fear and doubt. I might lose this. I'd rather just bury it, not worry about it. When he gets back, I'll give it back. But when all these servants came back, the first one told him, hey, I invested it, I got 5 more. The second one said, hey, I worked, I earned 2 more. And the last one said, I'm gonna read it here. He says, Master, I knew you were a harsh man in harvesting crops and you didn't plant, and gathering the crops you didn't cultivate. I was afraid to lose your money, so I hid it in the earth. Look, here is your money back. But this is what he said to the last guy that hid the money. But the master replied, you wicked and lazy servant, if you knew I harvested crops I didn't plant and gathered crops I didn't cultivate, why didn't you deposit my money in the bank? At least you could have gotten interest on it. So my point with this is he knew he couldn't give that guy that wasn't, he knew who he was giving 1 back to. He's like, this guy probably can't handle much. I'm gonna give him 1, I'll get my money back. But this is a lesson in here. I can't give you more because I know you won't benefit my operation, because these are servants for a master. So you assume this master has a big maybe business or a big he's running something. He's the master of something. So he's expecting his servants to help out with that business. I'm not going to give you much because I know you can't handle much. But what he said to the people, to the servants that came back with double or more, he said, well done, my good and faithful servant. You have been faithful in handling this small amount, so now I give you many more responsibilities. Let's celebrate together.
Bro, I think when you know you're called, it's easier to hide from God. Like, it's easy to reject the call. It's easy to, just hide who God has called you to be, because when you step into who you are called to be, it requires faith.
Yes, and that's that Luke. That's what I read in Luke.
Yeah, it requires you to step out and actually trust God, because you keep trying to logically figure this out. Okay, well, if I only have 1, how can I get to a point where I can multiply it? Yeah. But that's not for you to worry about. That's for you to give it onto God.
How we said before the camera died was Peter had doubt, but it's not for us to worry. It's not for us to have the doubt. It's for us to know that I have. You, like how we read earlier, I am with you. He said that to his disciples. He said it to Moses. I am with you. It's not for us to worry about how we're gonna get it done. Yeah. All we do is do the work to get it done, and trust it just will get done.
Yeah.
So the reason for that parable of talents is just he's not gonna give you more than you can handle. So when you get that call, don't doubt, don't stress, steward it, manage it, and keep God on your side, and you know that it will work out for the benefit. It was the Spider-Man joint. Great power.
Oh, to whom much is given, much is required.
Much is required. So it's like, but in that same tone, the Bible's not contradicting itself. To whom much is given, much is required. It's not saying he's going to give you more than you're capable of.
Exactly.
He just knows you're capable of a lot, so he's going to give you a lot.
And I think in that takes humility, because as you go from glory to glory, man, you start realizing everything that's happening in my life is to give more glory back to God. It's like, man, you have all these new opportunities, new business moves and things like that. But you still have to go with the approach of, man, I have to do it intentionally now.
Yeah.
I have to make sure that, man, everything that I'm doing is to honor and glorify the kingdom. I have to realize, man, as much as I want more, just like people say, more money, more problems. Yeah, that happens because now you have more responsibility.
Yeah.
Now, man, you're no longer just a member at a church. Now you're serving in the church.
Yeah.
Now there's more that is
Responsibility.
required at the church to be able to be used by God, to be able to steward what you're given. And I think to be able to steward something is to be able to progress it.
Bro,
You
and
know?
it's like, let it be a blessing.
Yeah.
Like, when you're called, let it be a blessing.
Not
like,
a burden.
Like, when you're given more responsibility. Because all the verses that we've almost read and shared is like,
It can feel like a lot.
it can feel like a lot, but it always follows it up with two things. I am with you in that season, or in this building up, or in this calling, or in your purpose. And also it says he's giving this to who he trusts.
Yeah.
So it's like, wow,
God is trusting me with
God is trusting me with, like, what a blessing it is to be the one that can carry out this grand purpose.
Yeah.
Like,
Dang,
wow,
that's good.
God is trusting me to lead a church.
Yeah. God is trusting me to be the light in my school, in my barber shop. God is trusting me to speak for the people who've never heard about Christ, who
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
And we reflect on this now, and it's like, the Altar Pod has subscribers.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, like he put us in this position, and then gave us people that are gonna listen. So it's
Yeah.
like, but he trusted us with those people. Like, wow, we're getting likes on these reels. This one cracked like this has 10,000 views.
Yeah.
He trusted us with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just for an example, and that's anything. And that's for the people that haven't maybe necessarily stepped out in their calling, that are still questioning, why me?
Yeah.
There's people waiting for you. It's like,
And that's to answer it.
He's
Yeah.
trusting you. It's like,
Oh my gosh.
he's trusting you in this,
Yes.
and you're not stepping out. So it's like, you might not be reaping the benefit, not for yourself, but for the kingdom. Or the kingdom's not reaching the benefit
Because
from you.
But it's like, the thing is, God is gonna use whoever He wants. Now
Yeah.
you get to choose. Am I gonna pick this call and be a part of
Yeah.
something victorious, or am I gonna shy away? And I think, man, that's what I was thinking about all week.
Yeah.
Man, like, there's people who
100%.
need us.
Yeah.
There's people who need us to step out in faith and to answer the question about why me. It's because there's something inside of us that we can't see because we're hidden in our shame and expectations that we put on ourselves. That not even exactly that not even God doesn't even have these expectations for us to be perfect, to be He just gives us the ability to trust Him and submit to Him. But if the enemy can blind you from this, he'll make you miss out on what God has called you to do because of how you see yourself. But when you change how you see God, you'll change how you see yourself, and you'll see Him the way He sees you. So now you can love others the way He loves you.
Yeah. And we read a lot of, no, I don't know if we read a lot, but we read one parable today. And if God used them and they work, I'm going to use one. I had one about the basketball team. We talked about this earlier. It's like, we're all at North High School. We had a tryout. Open tryout. It's not like, seniors only can try out for varsity. No. I don't know if any school does it like that.
No, it's everybody.
Open tryout.
Yeah.
Everyone is
Trying to be on varsity.
able. Everyone is more than willing to show up. And everyone has the ability to play.
Mm-hmm.
But there will be a select few that are going to be maybe called to something greater
Because of their ability.
because of their ability. Same purpose. We all came out to play ball, and we're all having fun out there. What's it called? But when the tryout's over, there's going to be a time where the coach say, "Come here, everybody. Hey, so it was a great tryout, man. All y'all was
Appreciate
balling.
y'all coming out today.
And don't stop balling even when it's over."
man, just make this an opportunity, a growing area where you can just grow and, man, come back harder next year.
God goes, all right, who's going to be the pastor? Who's going to be the podcast starter? Who's going to be the this?
Yeah.
Everybody seems different. Try for the basketball team, you know what? Maybe track my sport.
Yeah.
But whatever. So there's going to be a day and he's going to call you out by name.
Who's going to make the
Suave
team?
on the team. Angel on the team. Gio. Don. Shondo.
That's how it was. That's how it was for him when he was in high school.
Yeah, that's how it was. Yo, you're on the team. You're on the team.
You're on a team. You're on a team.
And everybody else they're on the team. Goodbye, see you, whatever, go home. But not at one point was there a time that they were picking teams and someone was like, yo, Suave, you're on the team.
Oh, so why you pick me?
Why'd you pick me? It's like, bro, and even better, something that I didn't think of earlier, is the coaches watch the tryout. That's how they pick teams. I picked you because you're capable of furthering our chances to win games.
Yeah.
I picked you. Why are you
Doubting.
Why are you questioning? It's like, you think I'm a bad coach?
Yeah.
You think I wasn't watching?
Yeah.
So it's like, when God is like, yo, Angel, I'm gonna give you like,
you know that
like Angel went to bed and he had a dream, big podcast, big stage, a lot of viewers, spreading the gospel. Angel gonna wake up and be like, why do I gotta be the one that's gotta spread the gospel? It's like, yo, I picked you.
Yeah.
I chose you. So Angel's not gonna wake up and be like, but why? It's like, yo, you like,
you've entrusted me.
you've been trusting me with this. And two, don't contradict your belief, bro. Like I believe God's all powerful.
Yeah.
I believe He's all this. So I can't think He's all this and all knowing. But when He displays that towards me, now I think He made a mistake.
Yeah.
All right, whatever.
All
We're
right,
sitting
guys.
down because the other phone died. Now it's my phone. But yeah, bro,
So now,
you're capable.
instead of doubting the calling, embrace
it. Take it as a blessing.
Take it as a blessing.
And let's answer the question. Why me?
Oh, I already
No.
did.
How should we answer the question?
I already
Yeah.
answered.
What do you say?
Oh, how should you? Oh,
how
yeah,
should we
yeah.
answer the question?
How should we answer the calling? It's, here I am, Lord. You know, just like Moses.
Ooh.
Moses,
I know,
you know,
bro, something.
after he doubted a little, he said, man, here I am, Lord, you know, whatever.
Yeah,
And that's how we got to be. We got to, man, God, I'm not worthy. I'm not good enough, but you are. So here I am. Here's my life. I give my life as a sacrifice, a living sacrifice. Man, I was reading this book Pastor gave me, and it talks about a living sacrifice. And it says it's a living sacrifice, meaning that it can always crawl away. So that means you need to continuously crucify it. Man, we need to continuously die to ourselves to embrace this calling, to grow into who God has called us to be. Man, let God move in your life. Let God, you know, be used in your life. And when you do that, you make it less about yourself. You have less worry because the focus is on God.
Yeah,
So here I am.
I had answered that question because I answered it, or not answered. I had wrote what I think instead of saying why me was if fewer people answered the call of God as why me, and more people accepted the call and just started learning how to manage and steward the call, more souls can be saved that way. So instead of ask why me, change that mindset of why me and change it to what's the next step. All right, you called me, and now everybody that watches this video knows He called you because you're able.
So now
He called you because He trusted you. He didn't call you because you might mess up. He called you because you're able. But now we know it's gonna take work, and now we know it's only possible when you understand that it's gonna follow up with I am with you. When God says I am with you, and that's when it's capable.
I was gonna say something.
This is what I'm gonna say to end it off. This is what we're gonna start doing. We're gonna start doing series. So this series, if you're taking notes, title it Why Me, Part 1. And in not next week, but a week after, we're gonna have Why Me, Part 2. And so on and so forth. We're doing 2 videos a month, different title every month.
Same topic.
Same topic in both videos.
Oh,
but
not every month, but like, you know, because we're already in the So
But
it would
this
be
is gonna
like,
be posted in February. Probably. We should just wait for February. That's in like 2 days.
oh shoot, yeah.
So first week of February, and then in the middle of February, we're gonna have another video. Also, why me? But part 2, with a different perspective.
Yeah.
With a different viewpoint on it, and that's gonna be February video, and then so on and so forth. March we'll have a different topic. Maybe this, maybe that. Part 1, part 2, and yeah. So
Embrace the calling,
flow.
let God use you, and realize, change your perspective on you into who God is, who God has called you to be.
Oh, it's not why me, it's who's with me.
Who's with me?
Yeah,
That's
what it
it's
was.
not why me, it's who's with me.
Write that down too.
Write it down. Yeah, and just grow into who God has called you to be. God bless y'all. Subscribe. Stay tuned. Alter Pod. If y'all got any questions, text us on Instagram.
DM,
anything.
comment, swipe up, book a haircut appointment, and talk to us then.
Facts.
Whatever you got to do to get us so we can get you.
Amen.
Amen.
God bless y'all.
Dale.